Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
Help, I'm getting therapy for my son during the quarantine, both in the home and telehealth. Therapy is going well, but when therapy is over, he unleashes all of his frustration on me. He hits me, no one else. I'm exhausted and demoralized. I don't want to stop therapy, but I can't do this much longer. There is no end in sight and I get no break. And we just want to send a hug to that caregiver.
Absolutely.
I don't want to assume it's mom.
And the reason that I brought that up is because it just is very similar to what you were talking about. A lot of times our children will act out with us only. And I know you have a lot of stories about that as well. And I just want to say that please don't give up. This has nothing to do with the therapy that's occurring. In fact, if you stop the therapy, there will be another reason the next day where he will lash out at you again. So it's not about the therapy. It's about the fact that he's not able to express himself verbally or gets attention from you, negative attention possibly in some way or another, or has just learned that this is a behavior that gets him access to something he wants. So please do not stop the therapy. What I ask of you to do is to discuss this with your supervisor immediately and to ask them to do a variety of things. One is to spend some time with you, maybe observing this happen. You can easily make the supervisor switch on to Zoom when the therapy session is over so that they can actually see this happening. They can help identify the function of the behavior, which means why is the child doing it? What is maintaining the behavior? What is instigating it? And then the supervisor will tell you exactly how to change your behavior, your response, the circumstances in the room, all of that, so that this behavior doesn't occur. And they will show you how to prevent this from happening in all different types of circumstances. So please do that. I also want to say that a lot of our supervisors and assistant supervisors are coming to the homes still. So we are happy to also show that. But I mean, I think it's one of those situations where it's great because your supervisor can be on screen and actually see what's going on.
Muted. It's so hard when you're getting hit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and it's I think there's a special ring of hell that is just for when you're the only one being hit.
Oh, yeah.
Because you begin to feel upside down. You begin to feel like, well, it's clearly me.
Yeah.
So I must be doing something really, really wrong.
Right.
Which is the upside down of that, right? You don't have eyes in the back of your head, so you don't have the ability to see 360, right? As much as we think when we birth a child that we're going to be given the knowledge of everything and the ability to see 360, it doesn't work that way. And I know that for me and many other parents report that you get so upside down and you get worried that you don't want to tell people because you don't want people to think your child is a monster. You don't want them to judge you or the child. So we start to keep things secret sometimes. That's upside down. And then sometimes it can get so bad that we feel like maybe we deserve it and that it's something that just needs to happen. And it's our way of letting our child be, we're our child's punching bag and that maybe they need that. That's all upside down. And you guys can hear me say that and you know that for yourself, but I can tell you that when you're in it, sometimes that sounds perfectly rational. And if there's anybody who's listening that feels like, yep, that's where I am, today's the day you got to reach out for help and get help in whatever way that it can. I realize it's, more difficult than usual, but get help. You say that you're doing telehealth, which means that you've got a supervisor. And as Dr. Grant-Pichet said, just reach out and say,
Yeah.
just
I
what you
mean,
said there.
And Shannon, I've also heard from parents that there's a lot of guilt associated with it as well, because they get angry, right? And it's a very, very normal reaction to get angry when someone is hitting you. It doesn't matter if it's your child or whatever else. It is a very normal reaction to get angry. And that, I think, is one of the predominant things that I hear from parents, is that I got angry at him and I feel really a lot of shame and embarrassment about that, and guilt. And that kind of stuff is where, I really just want to empower the parents and teach them what they can do so that they can remain in control, and you never ever will get angry again, and you'll therefore never ever feel that guilt or shame from it as well. That's really important.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. And it is the thing, I think, that most parents, the guilt that they carry, that we're all told, well, I'm the adult and he's the child and I should be able to, well, yes, but let's fix the problem and then heal ourselves and move on, because it can be much better than it is right now. And several people are writing in and saying that they're sending you hugs and love to that caregiver, because you need all the support in the world. And I think a lot of us have been in some semblance of where you are, just not maybe in this emergency. So I'm glad that you're still reaching out and not hiding. And hopefully your supervisor is going to be able to help you a lot. I also want to cycle back to the thing about the behavioral training, that I'm told that you can take any of the ones in that section that's challenging behavior. You can take absolutely any of them, fill your cart. If you've got all the right ones, it'll zero out. If you don't, if it's not zeroing out, go back and take process, but it's under the heading of challenging behavior. And I have had parents confirm for me that it was working.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.